In the glamorous world of the Forrester family, drama is never far behind. The Bold and the Beautiful has consistently delivered heart-stopping twists and intense moments, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. But in this latest chapter, the stakes are raised even higher as Electra is thrust into a whirlwind of fear and uncertainty. A mysterious phone call, a missing child, and a trail of deception lead to a revelation that none could have predicted. The story begins on an ordinary evening, with Electra going about her routine when suddenly, her phone rings. The caller ID is unknown, but the voice on the other end is one she will never forget. A stranger informs her that Will, her beloved son, is with them. The shock of hearing this is compounded when a chilling video is sent to her phone. It's grainy, blurry, but clear enough to show that Will is indeed in distress. His eyes are wide with fear, and he seems to be trapped in an unknown location. Electra's heart stops as she watches the video, her mind racing with questions. How did this happen? Who would do such a thing? And most importantly, where is Will? Her thoughts spiral out of control as she tries to process the gravity of the situation. With her heart pounding, she rushes to find Bill, her estranged partner and Will's father, in the hope that he might have some answers. Bill, ever the protector, is quick to react. The panic in Electra's eyes is enough to convince him that something serious is at play. He listens intently as she explains the mysterious call and the disturbing video. The tension in the room is palpable as the gravity of the situation sets in. Electra, desperate and scared, begs Bill to help her find Will. She knows he has the resources and the influence to get answers quickly. Bill doesn't hesitate. His protective instincts kick in, and he promises to do everything in his power to find their son. Bill immediately takes charge of the search, using his wealth and connections to mobilize a team of investigators and security personnel. His mind races as he contemplates the possibilities. The night of the party had been the last time anyone had seen Will. He had gone out with friends, having a good time, and then vanished without a trace. No one knew where he had gone, and now the clock was ticking. Every minute that passed without a lead made the situation more dire. As the hours stretched on, Bill's worry deepened. He couldn't shake the feeling that this was no ordinary disappearance. This wasn't a case of a teenage rebellion or a simple runaway. Will had been taken, and someone was orchestrating it. Bill's first instinct is to suspect Sheila, his longtime nemesis. Sheila has been a thorn in his side for years, and he knows just how dangerous she can be. He immediately assumes that Sheila is behind Will's disappearance, possibly as an act of revenge. Sheila has a long history of causing chaos in Bill's life, and the thought that she might have abducted Will for some twisted reason fills him with anger and dread. Bill's mind races with scenarios, but one thing is certain, he will stop at nothing to get Will back. Bill reaches out to his contacts within the law enforcement community, demanding that every available resource be devoted to finding Will. Detectives are dispatched to investigate every lead, and Bill's team begins scouring every inch of the city. But despite their best efforts, there are no clues. The search for Will turns into a frustrating dead end. Bill can't help but feel that there's something more to this than meets the eye. He knows Sheila's tactics well enough to recognize that she would never be this subtle. If Sheila was behind this, there would be signs. But there are no signs of her involvement, only the chilling mystery of Will's disappearance. As Bill's team continues their search, a breakthrough comes in the most unexpected of ways. Sheila, the woman Bill suspects most, reaches out to him. She is no longer the menacing, manipulative figure she once was. The years have softened her, but the desperation in her voice is unmistakable. Sheila claims to have information about Will's disappearance. Bill is skeptical, but his instincts tell him that she knows something. He arranges a meeting with her, hoping that she can provide some answers. Sheila's confession shocks Bill to his core. She reveals that she is not the one responsible for Will's abduction, but she knows who is. Her voice trembles as she speaks of Luna, a name that Bill barely recognizes. Sheila explains that Luna has been obsessed with Will for some time. She has been secretly in love with him and has manipulated events to get close to him. Sheila reveals that Luna's obsession has reached a dangerous level. Luna has been plotting for months to take Will away from everyone, believing that if she could get him to fall in love with her, she could force Bill to take responsibility for a child they would have together. The revelation leaves Bill stunned. Luna, a woman he barely knew, had been playing a game so twisted and manipulative that it defies belief. Sheila's story paints a picture of a woman who was willing to do anything to get what she wanted. According to Sheila, Luna had been carefully orchestrating events, setting the stage for Will's abduction. She knew that by taking Will, she could force Bill into a corner. She believed that if she could get pregnant by Will, Bill would be forced to acknowledge the child and take responsibility, no matter the consequences. Bill is furious, his mind racing with thoughts of how to find Luna and bring her to justice. He can't believe that someone could be so ruthless, so consumed by their own desires that they would hurt a child to get what they want. He knows that time is of the essence. Luna is out there, somewhere, and she has Will. Every minute they waste makes it harder to find him. But the road to finding Luna is not an easy one. Bill's resources are vast, but Luna is cunning and elusive. She has been planning her actions for so long that she is always one step ahead. Bill throws everything he has into the search, hiring private investigators, pulling in favors from his connections, and utilizing the vast network of people he knows. But every lead seems to turn up empty, and the tension continues to mount. Elektra, though devastated, refuses to give up. She stands by Bill's side, determined to see her son safely returned. The emotional toll on her is immense, but her love for Will drives her forward. She can't imagine her life without him, and she won't rest until he is back where he belongs. As the search continues, Bill and Elektra's desperation grows. They've come so far, but Will is still missing. They have no idea where Luna is hiding or what she plans to do next. But one thing is clear, the game is far from over, and the stakes have never been higher. Will Bill and Elektra find Luna before it's too late? Will they be able to bring Will home, or will Luna's twisted plan succeed, forever changing their lives? The suspense is unbearable, and the answers remain just out of reach. The fate of Will, the Forrester family, and everyone involved hangs in the balance as the plot thickens and the drama intensifies. The mystery deepens with each passing day, and one question lingers in the air. Will Bill be able to find Luna before it's too late? As Bill and Elektra's frantic search for Will continues, a new lead emerges. A well-placed informant. Someone who had seen Luna lurking around a secluded area recently finally gives Bill the breakthrough he's been desperate for. The informant mentions an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town, a place that had once been used for shady dealings, but had long since been forgotten by the public eye. Bill, determined to leave no stone unturned, immediately arranges for a team to investigate the location. The warehouse, however, is just the beginning. Bill's team quickly discovers a hidden entrance leading to an underground tunnel. This tunnel, dark and eerie, leads them to an isolated part of the complex, one that even the most trusted of Bill's associates knew nothing about. At the end of the narrow corridor lies a concealed door, its metal frame rusted and old. It's locked, but Bill's determination ensures that it will not stay that way for long. With a swift motion, the door bursts open. Inside, to Bill's astonishment, he finds Luna. She stands there, in a dimly lit room, surrounded by old crates and dusty remnants of what used to be. Her eyes widen as she sees Bill enter. There's no turning back now. She can't deny what she's done. The woman who had once been so calculating, so poised, is now cornered and exposed for her manipulative and dangerous actions. Luna tries to speak, but the words don't come out. She's trapped. "What have you done, Luna?" Bill's voice is low, filled with anger and disbelief. "Where's my son? What have you done to him?" Luna's face contorts with a mix of desperation and fear. For a moment, it seems as if she might crack, revealing all the secrets she's kept hidden for so long. Her obsession with Will, her plan to manipulate him, and her twisted desire to trap Bill all become clearer as the tension rises in the room. I did it for us, Luna stammers, her voice trembling. For you and me. You would never notice me otherwise. I had to make you see me see us. Will was the key. He's mine, Bill. You don't understand. I had to do this. The words hit Bill like a slap across the face. He can barely process the absurdity of it all. Luna's delusion, her twisted love, had led her to abduct Will in an attempt to force Bill into a life that could never be. Luna's insanity had grown so deep, so all-consuming, that she believed taking Will and trapping him would make her the center of Bill's world. But Bill knows better than anyone that no matter what Luna tried, she could never manipulate him into anything. Just as Bill prepares to confront Luna further, the sound of footsteps echoes in the hallway. A familiar figure steps into the room, Finn. The look on his face is a mixture of confusion and dread. He had been alerted to the situation and, being close to the Forrester family, had felt compelled to help in whatever way he could. But what he sees when he enters the hidden room shocks him to the core. Finn's gaze flickers between Bill, Electra, and the woman standing before them, his breath catching in his throat. Luna? What is this? What's going on? The sudden shift in the atmosphere is palpable. The puzzle pieces begin to click into place for Finn, but the truth is too much for him to bear. Luna, his own mother, the woman who had raised him, had been behind this entire nightmare. His mind races as he tries to comprehend what he's just learned. His own mother had abducted Will and had been manipulating everyone. The betrayal is far deeper than he ever could have imagined. Finn, Luna says softly, almost pleading. You don't understand. I had to do this. I love you. I did this for us. For you and me. You have to forgive me. Finn recoils as if he's been slapped. The weight of Luna's words hangs heavy in the air, but it only increases his sense of betrayal. He's seen his mother do some questionable things in the past, but nothing like this. The woman who had been the center of his world for so long had crossed a line that he never thought possible. To use her own son as a pawn in a game so vile, so selfish, is something that Finn cannot excuse. Mom, no. I can't. His voice shakes, the hurt clear in his eyes. This is wrong. All of this is wrong. Bill steps forward, his anger and frustration mounting. You're going to answer for this, Luna. You don't get to play games with people's lives anymore. This ends now. Just as Bill is about to call for the authorities, a piercing scream echoes through the hall. A loud crash reverberates from the far side of the room. Everyone's heads snap toward the noise, their hearts pounding with a sudden surge of panic. The door to the secret room slams open, and a disheveled, terrified figure stumbles in. It's Will. Will's face is pale, his eyes wide with fear, his body shaking. His clothes are torn, and there are bruises on his arms and face. The sight of him sends a wave of relief washing over Electra, but at the same time, the terror of what he has endured becomes painfully evident. She rushes to his side, pulling him into her arms, her heart breaking as she holds him close. Will, thank God you're okay, Electra whispers, tears streaming down her face. But even as she clutches her son, her mind races with questions. What had Luna done to him? How long had he been locked away? The answers seem beyond her grasp, and she can barely contain the wave of emotions coursing through her. Will's eyes meet Bill's, and for a moment, the anger and betrayal in them are palpable. Bill's heart aches as he sees the pain in his son's eyes. This was not just a kidnapping, it was an assault on his family, on everything Bill held dear. But the damage is deeper than the physical scars. Luna had broken their trust, shattered the sense of safety that once existed. I'm sorry, Will says, his voice barely above a whisper. I didn't know. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't want this. I didn't want any of this. Bill's anger boils over, but he knows now isn't the time to lash out. He focuses on Will, reassuring him. It's okay, son. You're safe now. We'll get you out of here. You don't have to be afraid anymore. Luna, however, is not done. Her defiance rears its ugly head again. This isn't over, Bill. You can't just take everything from me. I will find a way. You will never keep me from Will. Finn, his anger now matched only by his betrayal, steps forward and stands between his mother and the others. No, Luna. This ends now. I'm done with you. I will never forgive you for this. The scene is a chaotic mix of emotions, shock, rage, and betrayal. As the authorities arrive and take Luna into custody, the Forrester family is left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. Bill and Electra stand together, their family torn but reunited by their love for Will. As Luna is led away, the reality of what's transpired begins to sink in. Finn watches the woman he once called his mother being hauled off, her delusions shattered and her twisted plan exposed. For Bill, Electra, and Will, the road ahead will not be easy. The trauma of what has happened will stay with them for a long time. But as they look toward the future, they know one thing. They have each other, and together, they will heal from the scars left by Luna's madness. But what Finn will do in the wake of this destruction remains uncertain. The ties that once bound him to his mother have been severed, and the question remains whether he can ever forgive her or himself for what has transpired. The Forrester family's story is far from over.